welcome back to another exciting episode of Happy Health. I'm your host, Gayatri. Today, we are touching a topic we all are passionate about, our kids. And you must have noticed, the sweetest kids, when they are like during exam time, when they're so stressed, they're so irritable. And, we want to know what's the reason as parent, you want to help them, but sometimes we just don't know what makes them irritable. So to help you with that, we have with us today a leading dietitian, Monica Batra. Welcome, Monica. How are you?
Hi, Gayatri. Thank you so much once again for having me here. I'm looking forward to this show again.
I'm so excited, you are here because all of our episodes were such a hit. And today we are touching a subject we all are passionate about, our kids, right? Even my kids, I have noticed that, during like exam time and they are like so focused on studying and all that, they are so irritable. What's the reason for that?
Gayatri, it is said we are what we eat, right? So if you go to see, last time we discussed that, how certain deficiencies. Now, for example, you have folate deficiencies for few weeks, okay? Now, folate, if you can be deficient in
Okay.
a month's time. If you're not eating green leafy vegetable for a month, you could be deficient in folate
Oh, really?
immediately. This is something so quick.
Okay.
So if you are deficient
Mm-hmm.
in folate,
Mm-hmm.
it will affect your mood.
Okay.
Okay, you will be, you would be angry or instantly on something. For example, if you've returned from work and
Mm-hmm.
if your kid is doing something very silly, it is not something that you have to really snap on, but
Yes.
you are irritated, you
Yes.
yell, you
Yes.
scream, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it is not that you are a bad parent, or or your child is a bad child, ill mannered or something. It is something that, for your better mood there are
Mm-hmm.
deficiencies and your good mood is not being processed. So
Okay.
eventually over a period of time it becomes a part of your personality. So something like, common deficiencies that would affect your mood are folate, selenium, zinc, okay, vitamin D and
Mhm.
magnesium. Okay,
Okay.
one simple sign of magnesium deficiency is when you lie on bed at night to sleep, you
Mhm.
may have cramps in your legs.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and a lot of kids, a lot of teenagers would say that their legs are aching,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
And this is the reason. So they are more irritable because they have these deficiencies. Like we have
Okay.
different deficiencies for something which is affecting our age,
Yeah.
we have different deficiencies to affect our mood. So it is
Yes.
selenium, it is folate, it is zinc, it is magnesium, all this, and
Mhm.
vitamin D and prebiotics, less prebiotics, all this will affect your mood. Now what are the good sources of selenium? Tofu, soya, seeds, whole pulses like rajma, chana, the black chana salad, the whole peanut salad, or maybe pork,
Mhm.
depends on what you eat. So
Okay.
there are good sources of selenium in vegetarian and non-vegetarian sources. If you
Mhm.
go to see what are the good sources of folate, then again, asparagus, spinach, lettuce, and your seeds. Then again, livers or any animal livers, seafood.
Mhm.
So you have good sources this side also. Magnesium, all your citrus fruits and everything is good in magnesium.
Mhm.
So the only thing is including them every day in your diet, and
Mhm.
you would see that eventually you
Mhm.
would your mood starts becoming better. And something like, there are things like you need to practice. For instance, only blaming it on the temper part, or I am high tempered, and I don't know, people are very proud about saying that, oh, I am very short tempered, so they're very proud about it. You have to be changing those habits. What you have
Yes.
to do is you need to know what is your stress point.
Mhm.
Okay, now for instance, my stress point is that I have to do something else after this.
Yeah.
So I need that coolant of 5 minutes. Once you are
Yes.
aware of your stress points.
So, Monica, tea and coffee is something that kids love, especially to stay awake during exam time and all that. What is your input on that?
Now, for example, Gayatri, if you feel that you need to make some changes in your child's diet, never do it on the exam day. Like,
Okay.
people who are appearing for exams today should not be taking my advice on how tea and coffee should be consumed, because all of a sudden, if you are doing this today, it would
Mhm.
actually add to your stress. If you're used to tea and coffee at a certain period of time, you need time to wean off. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
for people who would appear, say, next year,
Mhm.
okay, or maybe, for their 10th grade or 12th grade, what you should be ideally doing is, what we generally tend to do is, we are awake, all
Mhm.
night. So this
Yeah.
is going against our biological, clock. Okay. When we are awake all night, as it is, the body is putting a lot of effort to stay
Yes.
awake, and we
Mhm.
keep drinking coffee, every hourly, maybe once in 2 hours, and so on. So
Yeah.
that period of time you could be awake, but
Yeah.
in the morning, because of excess caffeine, you
Mhm.
would be feeling a lot of nervousness, a lot
Yes.
of jitters,
Mhm.
and your heart rate is a little on the higher side because of coffee. So eventually, in the long run,
Mhm.
tea and excess of coffee in the night
Mhm.
especially will not help you focus in the exam. Now, there are researches being done in the University of Wales, and according to them, the best time to take coffee is just 1 hour prior to your exam. For
Okay.
instance, if your exam is at 11 in the morning,
Mhm.
just 1 hour before, if you have an important meeting at 10 today, just 1 hour before, take a black coffee,
Okay.
ideally.
Mhm.
And you would see that your performance is really improved. Ideally,
Really?
it should be black coffee, because it gives you that kick. Okay.
Mhm.
And if you're not used to black coffee, maybe
Mhm.
you add some amount of milk or cream, but definitely very low sugar. The reason is, the sugar will give you that energy now, but after
Mhm.
15 minutes you again slow down, because the sugar is easily used up. It
Yeah.
doesn't require time to process.
Mhm.
So before your exam, or before your important meeting, or before your any important work, the coffee should be ideally black, and should be at least 1 hour before that. Now,
Okay.
throughout the night, if you are on coffees and green teas,
Mhm.
oh sorry, teas, then
Mhm.
in the morning an additional cup is only going to harm you. So if you are somebody who has been following this pattern, don't change it suddenly today, because
Okay.
you have a lot of headache, and you're so used to it. We are addicted to
Yes.
it. Coming to, when should be the second cup.
Mhm.
Now, as per researchers, first cup in the morning when you get up, and the
Okay.
second cup just 1 hour before your thing, that important part of your day. So that is the best way. In the afternoon or late afternoons or in the evenings, you should not take coffees,
Okay.
because it will affect your whatever minimum sleep that you're taking. You're
Mhm.
getting 4 hours, 5 hours during your exams. That also would be affected. You may be sleeping, but you're
Mhm.
not really relaxed. It would not be
True.
a sound sleep.
Yeah.
Secondly, as I mentioned in the last episode as well, for 1 cup of coffee, you require 3 cups of water.
Yes.
Okay. So
Mhm.
because coffee will drain the water outside of your
Yeah.
body. So now there would be a question, that if I should not drink coffee after evening, or maybe in the afternoons, later part of the day, how
Mhm.
to maintain my focus, isn't it? Like, why
Yeah.
we drink coffee, so that we are focused, or we are
True.
attentive, or that way. So how to do that? Now,
Mhm.
it depends on your food. What is your lunch? Okay. For instance, if my lunch is curry and rice,
Mhm.
so it's whole lot of rice and some amount of curry. So
Yeah.
automatically I'll be sleeping. Okay,
True.
because it's a lot of carbs. So
Yes.
the best part to add to your lunch is, you should add a lot of salad to it. When
Oh.
you add salad to any meal,
Mhm.
keeps you full for a long time. The body takes a longer time to process the food in the stomach, and your energy is sustained for next 4 5 hours. If you want to avoid coffees or tea in the dinner period,
Mhm.
after dinner in your night period, the first thing that you have to change is your dinner. Your
Okay.
dinner should be a good amount of salad. You add any protein.
Mhm.
Now, protein also would keep your energy the same for
Mhm.
next 4 5 hours. Okay,
Okay. Mhm.
so you may not require coffee. Now, protein could be anything. It could be paneer, it could be tofu, it could be soya, it could be chicken, it could be anything, but
Mhm.
cooked wisely. Now,
Sure.
you could be cooking chicken in a fried manner. You could be grilling it. You could be making a curry form, but cooked wisely, as in low in oil. So
Okay.
that would not affect your sleeping pattern also.
Mhm.
And plus, it will sustain the energy for next few hours of your studying period, time period, that way. So
Yeah.
this is how you need to manage. Add a lot of salad, add a lot of vegetables. If you're
Mhm.
taking rice, it is not that rice is forbidden. You
Mhm.
take rice, add 2 cups of curry.
Okay.
and equally 2 cups or 1 cup of the vegetables.
Okay.
So automatically the quantity of rice comes down. What we tend to do is we focus only on studying. So
Yes.
our evening snacks are some samosas or some burgers, something which is convenient, right?
Yes.
Or our dinner is just bread jam, something,
Mhm.
but that doesn't help. In fact,
Yeah.
that would, even the next day morning when you have to leave for your exam, we
Mhm.
generally don't take breakfast.
Yeah.
So your energy would be very low,
Very low.
so
Yes.
take your breakfast, don't
Mhm.
follow your intermittent fasting and everything on the exam day.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so take
Yeah.
your breakfast, but your breakfast should be again high in protein. For instance, if kids are really eating sandwiches, so if this is
Mhm.
the first slice of your bread, this is the second slice of the bread, this should be the height of filling,
Oh
but the
wow.
bread should be only two.
Yes.
Okay, so it should not be that you're having a glass of milk and 4 slices of bread.
Mhm.
You have 2 slices of bread, you add a lot of 3 layers of vegetables, add egg whites, add paneer, so you have a
Mhm.
lot of salad fiber, and plus you have a lot of protein
Yes.
and less of carbs. You will sustain your energy for a good period of time. If you are into eating Indian breakfast, then you
Mhm.
take paneer paratha, which is like roti and paneer, or maybe
Mhm.
scrambled eggs and some roti or bread,
Mhm.
and then just before your exam have a cup of coffee and you're
Mhm.
good to go. You would be
Right.
sustaining your energy for a long period of time.
I know you gave us a lot of good advice. I really liked it. The diet for the exam time. That's really good. But a lot of kids are very fussy eaters, and I know my kids are too sometimes. So I have to cook specially for them. Can you give some tips on healthy diet for fussy eaters?
For fussy eaters now, people, kids who are younger in age, like we have 6 years, 8 years,
Yeah.
10 years, for them it is very important. They actually, whatever you preach, they are not going to follow you. Okay, whatever you preach, but whatever you practice,
Yeah.
they will definitely follow. So if
Mhm.
you make beetroot juice only for them,
They
they
would.
won't take it. And sometimes it is that just that you don't what they don't like is, especially teenagers, what they don't like is somebody telling them again and again that do this, do this, do this,
Oh
do
yeah.
this, right?
They don't
So
like it.
once you start doing it, Gayatri, they start following you. if
Mhm.
you are eating if you are eating a bread early morning every day with your tea or coffee, they will
They're
do
going to
the
follow
same.
it.
If
Mhm.
you are eating a paratha, they will do the same. So it
Yes.
depends, for kids of this age, they just don't listen by your preaching, they only observe, right?
Yes.
Especially, I don't know, for instance, my daughter, she will copy all men. She generally copies all men. So if she sees men playing football, she wants to learn football. Okay, so if her father is eating pickles, she want to try pickles. So you need to see what the kid, the
Kids are
mental
observing. Mhm.
stimulation that the kid has. So
Yeah.
generally they copy what you're doing. So if you
Yeah.
want them to eat certain kind of food, you have
Yeah.
to eat it yourself every
Yeah.
single day. If you want them to lessen the screen time, you need to lessen it yourself first. The
Yeah.
second thing that works with this kids is, however tasteless the meal they cook, but
Yeah.
they really eat it well.
Yeah. They enjoy cooking with parents. I observed that with my
Yes,
own
yes.
kids.
So it is,
Yeah.
so for fussy eaters, let them
Mhm.
cook.
Yeah.
Let them start doing, or maybe not cook completely, but
Mhm.
start helping you in
Yeah.
the kitchen thing, and they would start taking interest. Eventually, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of patience, but at
Mhm.
least in 3 4 months, they would
Yeah.
start eating, things that way. Now, fussy eaters who are toddlers, 3 4 years of age, for them always the thing works is finger foods,
Mhm.
things that they can pick up themselves and eat.
Yeah.
Now, for example, French fries is a finger food. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you keep a plate of French fries or and you start feeding them, they won't eat. Okay.
Mhm.
But if you keep a plate and which is a finger food like carrot sticks or baked fries or baked potato, they would start eating. For toddlers, anything which is finger food would work. For kids who are 8 9 years of age, they actually follow what you do. They,
Yes.
if you take part, if they take part in the cooking session, they actually start eating healthier.
Yeah.
For kids who are like in their teenagers, for them it is the most difficult part. But
Yes.
I think every day, seeing, and if you start early when they are toddler itself, it makes
Mhm.
it easier,
Yes. Yes.
later. But
Yes.
yeah, kids who are teenagers, again, I would say if they do it themselves, or
Mhm.
if they need a lot of motivation, and that is how we see a lot of clients who are when you said you have kids as clients, so not very young kids, but teenagers are the people, but I would
Yes.
say, be it girls or be it boys, teenagers love to exercise. Somehow it is very easy for them. Okay, they
Mhm.
love to run, they love to cycle, they love to
Yes.
swim, so I would say that don't get into really diet with them, but
Mhm.
put them for exercise. They
Okay.
really love to do it, and it becomes very easy for them to do. They have that
Yes.
kind of energy. It makes them tiring, it
Mhm.
is tiring for them, and they sleep well. So I think for them this works that way.
Can you give us like a sample diet for kids, and especially during exam time to keep them focused?
Yeah, sure. So, for example, we start with breakfast.
Mhm.
Okay. So, breakfast, as I mentioned, there should be fiber, which comes from salads and soups. Soups are not possible in the morning. So,
Morning. Yeah.
yeah. So, any kind of vegetable, maybe a vegetable paratha, or maybe you could take a vegetable sandwich, add some protein. That could be curd, it could be paneer, it could be
Mhm.
tofu, it could be chicken in your vegetable sandwich, or you can have scrambled eggs with roti,
Mhm.
whatever is convenient, but it should be wholesome. It should not be your bread butter, it should not be just cornflakes.
Mhm.
As we see in the
Yeah.
marketing hype that cornflakes is a wholesome food, which is not. It should not be
Mhm.
muesli because it is again high in sugar. So include something which is made at home, not
Okay.
packed. Okay,
Okay.
so that would work for breakfast. Then maybe in the mid morning, say if your breakfast is at around 8:30, maybe around in the mid morning 11:30, go for something, a fruit. Could be coconut water, you carry fruit, or you could carry soaked almonds and
Mhm.
walnut, but do eat something so that
Okay.
you can sustain. Then just before your exam, 1 cup of coffee, ideally black. If not, if you're not used to black coffee, then maybe a very little amount of cream, or very little amount of sugar. Coming to lunch, make sure you add a good salad. Now I
Okay.
don't want that you decorate your plate and waste your time on fancy salads. Just peel 2 cucumbers and maybe a carrot, and just have it with
Salad.
your
Yeah.
meal, your bread and some sabzi, but definitely add some salad so
Mhm.
that you don't you feel and definitely add some protein. It could be grilled chicken, grilled paneer, it could be dal, any sort of dal, or any rajma, any chana, anything. So
Mhm.
something which is very easily accessible to. In the evenings, for the
Mhm.
evening snack, go for something. Don't go for anything which is fried. Okay, because later part of the day you don't want to feel very sleepy.
Heavy. Yeah.
So anything, yeah. So it could be popcorn, it could be makhana, it could be rice puffs, it
Mhm.
could be soya, it could be soya salad, it could be chana salad, whatever that way. And then before your dinner, try again, just peel 2 cucumbers and a carrot and have it. Or if you have your mom at home, then let her make a soup for you. Do not strain the soup. We are talking about fiber here. So if you're
Yes.
straining the soup, we are throwing the fiber. And
Mhm.
I would not recommend juices, at least on the exams day, because
Okay.
again, as I said, juices are concentrated form of sugar, right? The
Yes.
fruit
Yes.
sugar. So I
Mhm.
would not recommend that. I would not recommend tea, coffee after 6, so that whatever little time you're sleeping, you sleep well.
Mhm.
Again, to keep your energy and focus on your studies, keep a little bit snack on your table. It could be seeds, it could be almonds, it could be walnuts,
Mhm.
it could be infused water. Just add some apple to the water, chopped apple to the water, chopped watermelon to the water, a jar of water, and it keeps you
Mhm.
going for a longer period of time. It could be buttermilk, it could be jaljeera water, whatever is available. It could be just plain lemon water,
Yeah.
just to
Yeah.
refresh you. Instead of going for those tea and coffee, you could be
Yes.
going for a glass of this, or you
Yes.
could be going for a glass of green tea, whatever works for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I,
this should not be done on the day of exam. You
yes.
will
It should
know
be.
the best that what works for you, because everything doesn't work for everyone.
Yeah.
So what works for you would work only if you do it from the start and you know by the end that what is good for you.
Yeah. And I have seen, in teenagers, even though you practice some things at home, they think they know at that age, they want to do their own way. Do you have any advice, how to deal with teenagers when they are picky about eating? They don't want what family is eating. They want to cook separate food. They want us to cook separate food for them. How do you tackle those kind of situations?
I would say let them cook.
Okay.
Once, yeah, because once they start cooking, they get an idea of it, and they realize what is good, what is bad for them. And secondly, I would say never really be very critical about their choices. But
Okay.
yeah, something that really works for them is exercise, whichever
Okay.
exercise they want to get into it, and whichever music they want to get in, something that to shift their attention.
Okay.
Okay, and of course, it should be unknowingly, because if they know it, they're definitely not going to do it. So never announce
Yeah.
it to them. But
Yeah.
maybe you could start some cricket sessions with them initially. First 2 3 weeks, you would have to be a part of it, and then they are on their own, right? And because
Okay.
they are teenagers, they really don't require our help that way. But yeah, lecturing is something that you should
Doesn't work.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I think today 8-year-old and 9-year-old are also like teenagers, so that is
Teenagers,
why
they know.
yeah,
Yes.
lecturing doesn't work. But yeah, practicing and preaching, I mean, practicing is something that would work with them as well. And
Yeah.
personally, when we have kids as clients, it's always teenagers we have.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
this is what I've noticed, they generally don't tend to listen to the family, but
Yes.
they always answer the dietitian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, somebody
Interesting.
outside. And now, like, for
Yeah.
example, if you are a teacher, they would not listen to you at home, but they always answer the tutor outside. So for
Yes.
them, validation is something which is very important.
Yes.
And
Yes.
when as we as dietitians, acknowledge, oh, you're doing great, or you it matters more
They stick
than
with it.
the family. So it is
Yeah.
more about their behavioral pattern than food. And
Yeah.
of course, I feel sports work anytime. They are
Yeah.
very interested, all kinds
Yeah.
of.
Yeah. So I think the family should get involved without letting them know that we are doing something for them, but
Yeah,
make
yeah.
it a habit of going out, doing sports like you said, cricket or football or
As I
swimming.
said, that every weekend should not be outing for dinner. This is what the, for example, Diwali parties, they start with
Yes.
alcohol. So yeah. So the trend we have done so, right? We did that in our early 30s, and now the kids are just copying that way. So you need to change it, and automatically the things would be changing that way.
I really like advice on this one. Be the change that you want to see, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I think we should all incorporate this advice in our life, right? So I think you gave us a lot of information in this section too, and it's very important because kids are our future, and we want to give them the best healthy food, a sustainable lifestyle, active lifestyle, to protect them from all the diseases out there nowadays. Kids are, during COVID, everybody is sitting in front of the computer all day, and some of them are like so stressed out because they cannot communicate with their friends, they cannot see their friends, they cannot participate in dance, choir, those kind of stuff. So I think at least at home we can give them a good healthy diet and good environment. Is that right? So thank you, Monica. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, Gayatri. Thank you so much.
Thank you, viewers. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll be back with another exciting episode on Happy Health on Mana TV International. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.